gun barrel was cold against the side of my uncle's head. "Move! Enter the bush! Now! Now!" The tall one with the machete gestured toward the darkness beyond the road. I knew, everyone knew, that people who go into the bush don't come back the same. Some don't come back at all. My name is Amarachi, and this is the story of how my family almost became another kidnapped for ransom victim. One of those whispered tragedies people share. Did you hear what happened to that family traveling from Lagos? And I'm telling you this because maybe it'll save someone else from making the same mistakes my family made. It all started 3 days earlier, with a phone call and a man too proud to say no. Early in December, the calls started. First, Uncle Chidi's mother. "Chidi, when are you people coming? Your brother's children are already here. What is keeping you?" Then the cousins. "Guy, you dey Lagos, they make money, but you no fit come home for Christmas." Then the family WhatsApp group, everyone reminding him that a man who doesn't come home for Christmas has forgotten where he came from. I am Uncle Chidi's younger cousin. I came to Lagos to learn some IT skills and maybe get university admission. I'd been living with him, Auntie Chioma, and their 3 children for 8 months. That December, I watched the pressure on Uncle Chidi to come home for December mount. Uncle Chidi was a good man, patient, but also proud. The kind who couldn't stand people back home saying he has become too big for his family. The kind who would rather suffer in silence than admit he was struggling. By mid-December, he had made up his mind. "We're going home," he announced at dinner. "We leave on the 23rd. Auntie Chioma looked up from her plate. "Chidi, the car. I've checked it," he said firmly. "It's fine." But I saw the way her jaw tightened. She knew something he didn't want to admit. Their 2003 Toyota Sienna was old, bought nearly 10 years ago when times were better. Lately, it had been coughing, sputtering, showing signs you ignore when you don't have money to fix them properly. The mechanic said the radiator. "The mechanic always says something," Uncle Chidi cut her off. Not unkindly, just tired. "If we wait until everything is perfect, we'll never go anywhere." His oldest son, Obinna, didn't look up from his phone. His daughter, Ada Eza, shifted uncomfortably. The youngest, Kelechi, kept eating, oblivious. I said nothing. I was just the cousin, the guest. But I remember thinking, something about this doesn't feel right. We left Lagos at 5:47 a.m. on December 23rd. Uncle Chidi drove with determined focus. Auntie Chioma sat beside him, Bible open, lips moving in silent prayer. We were squeezed in the back with bags of rice, cartons of noodles, wrappers for the women, and gifts that had taken months to save for. We were bringing Christmas home. For 2 hours, everything was fine. We made good time. We sang along to the radio. Then, just before Ore, the temperature gauge started climbing. At first, Uncle Chidi ignored it. Then it climbed higher. Then steam hissed from under the bonnet. "Jesus," Auntie Chioma whispered. Uncle Chidi pulled over at the next mechanic shed. Zinc sheets and old tires, where 3 men in oil-stained clothes worked on another broken vehicle. The head mechanic opened the bonnet and whistled low. "Oga, your radiator don crack. Day leak serious." Uncle Chidi's face tightened. "Can you patch it?" The man shook his head. "This one don't pass patch. You need to change completely. I need to check your water pump too, because..." "How much?" Uncle Chidi interrupted. "To do proper job, 35,000. But it will take me 3-4 hours. I don't have 3 hours." Uncle Chidi's voice was hard. "And I don't have 35,000. Just patch it. Use whatever you have. I need it to hold until we reach the east." The mechanic looked at him like he was crazy. Oga, this road long oh. If that thing bust again, just do it please. Auntie Chioma touched his arm. Chidi, maybe we should listen. With what money, Chioma? He snapped, then immediately softened. I'm sorry, we've come this far. We can't turn back now. She closed her eyes and resumed her prayers. 2 hours later, we were back on the road. The mechanic's last words haunted me. Oga, just manage him well. No overspeed. And if he start to overheat again, park immediately. You hear? Uncle Chidi nodded. But I saw the tension in his shoulders, his white-knuckle grip on the steering wheel. We've lost time. It was nearly 11 a.m., and we were barely past Uri. We weren't going to make it before dark. We crossed the second Niger Bridge at 5:47 p.m. Daddy, it's almost 6, Obinna said, anxiety in his voice. We're not going to make it before dark. We're close, Uncle Chidi said. 2 more hours, maybe less. But 30 minutes later, just as the sun bled red into the horizon, a violent jolt, a sound like a gunshot, then the sickening flap, flap, flap of a burst tire. Uncle Chidi cursed and wrestled the car to the roadside. We sat in stunned silence, stranded on a lonely stretch of expressway, darkness falling fast, with a shredded tire and a patched radiator that could fail any moment. We all got out. The rear tire was destroyed. Uncle Chidi pulled out the spare, old, worn, treads barely visible. This won't hold, Auntie Chioma said quietly. It has to. As he worked, headlights appeared. A car slowed, stopped. An older man got out, well-dressed, kind eyes. My brother, you need help? We're managing, Uncle Chidi said, not looking up. The man surveyed the situation, then glanced at the darkening sky. Where you dey go? Olu, Uncle Namdi responded. The man shook his head slowly. My brother, night don't reach. This road no good for night driving, especially this December. Kidnappers day everywhere. Although for this area is still safe, the village here don't get strong vigilante. Those boys no day play. Them they catch thief steady. He shook his head grimly. Just avoid this road at night, Sha. He pulled out a card. There's a hotel about 10 minutes back. Decent place. Stop there tonight. Continue in the morning. I beg you, don't try this road at night. Where you're going is not too far, but night don't come, and there is insecurity. Uncle Chidi took the card without looking at it. Thank you, sir. God bless you. The man sighed, got back in his car, and drove off. Auntie Chioma turned to her husband. Chidi, maybe he's right. And tell people what? Uncle Chidi's voice rose. That we stopped at a hotel? That we couldn't make it? That we're coming on Christmas Eve like people who don't plan? He stood up, face hard. No, we've lost enough time. We've spent enough money. We're going home tonight. Chidi, please. I said we're going. Heavy silence. The children stared at their feet. I wanted to disappear. Auntie Chioma's voice came as barely a whisper. Okay. Not agreement, not support, just surrender. We got back in. By the time we pulled onto the road, it was 6:43 p.m. Full darkness had fallen, and somewhere ahead, our fate was waiting. There was heavy traffic just after the bridge in Onitsha. A truck had broken down in front. By the time it got cleared and we continued, it was around 8:17 p.m. Just after we entered Ihiala Olu Road, on a stretch of road so dark it felt like driving through the void. I saw the headlights in the rearview mirror. Distant, unremarkable. Then closer, then brighter. Then, right behind us, too close, aggressive, high beams blazing. Chidi, Auntie Chioma said softly. That car, I see it. Our old Sienna couldn't outrun them. The car behind swerved alongside us, a battered Honda with tinted windows and no license plate. Someone waved frantically for us to stop. Uncle Chidi kept driving. The Honda swerved in front and hit the brakes. Uncle Chidi slammed his brakes. We stopped inches from their bumper. Before we could process anything, men poured out from the Honda and another car that had appeared behind us, boxing us in. 4 men, masked, armed. One, tall with a machete, banged on Uncle Chidi's window with the blades flat. The sound was thunder in my chest. Come out from this motor now, now! The cold gun barrel against the side of Uncle Chidi's head as they dragged him out. Auntie Chioma's scream, high, full of terror I'd never heard from a human throat. Adaize, clutching my arm, nails drawing blood. Kelechi frozen, eyes wide, mouth open, no sound. They yanked us out one by one. Rough hands, shouted commands. The smell of sweat and ogogoro and something metallic. Phone, money, everything. Put for ground. Uncle Chidi's hands shook as he emptied his pockets. Auntie Chioma threw down her purse. I fumbled with my phone, fingers numb. One kidnapper, scarred from ear to jaw, picked through our belongings with contempt. He looked at the modest pile and laughed. Na this? He spat. Na this nonsense una carry dey travel. Which kind yeye Lagos people be this? Another was already tearing through the car, scattering Christmas gifts across the asphalt. The tall leader studied us with cold calculation. Then he turned to his men. How much we fit collect from this one? The scarred one shrugged. Oga, this no be big fish. Look their motto sef, old Sienna. Dem no get money. Everyone gets somebody wey gets money, the leader said. He turned to Uncle Chidi. Your family, who gets money pass? Your brother? Your uncle? Who? Uncle Chidi's voice shook. Please, we don't have. I no ask you wetin you get. The leader pressed the machete against his chest. I ask you who fit pay, because we go carry you people enter bush. We go call your people, and them go pay. My blood went cold. Ransom. They were going to hold us for ransom. 15 million, the scarred one said casually. That one small set for family of 6. 20 million, the leader corrected. 15 million don't do before, but this December, price don't increase. Fuel cost, everything don't cost. Auntie Chioma fell to her knees. Please, we don't have that kind of money. Nobody in our family. Shut up, the leader barked. Your people go find am. Na so it dey be. We hold una for 2-3 days. Them go find money. Them go beg. Them go borrow. Then we collect our money. We release una. And if they can't pay, Uncle Chidi's voice was hollow. The leader didn't answer. He didn't need to. Another kidnapper, younger, nervous, spoke up. Boss, make we just take the motor and comot. These people no get money for real. Motor go give us wetin? 200, 300,000? The leader shook his head. We don't already use fuel, use time. We carry them go bush. We fit collect 10 million. That one better bus motor. But boss, I don't talk. He gestured with his machete. Carry them enter bush. Now. That's when I understood. This wasn't a quick robbery anymore. They were going to hold us. Call our families. Demand money that didn't exist. And when that money didn't come, Auntie Chioma started screaming. No, please, please in the name of God. I say shut. Then I heard it. Distant at first. A sound that didn't register over the pounding of my heartbeat and Auntie Chioma's cries. Vehicle engines. Multiple. High-pitched. Aggressive. Coming fast. The leader heard it too. His head snapped toward the sound. Machete. Suddenly loose in his grip. Wetting be that, the younger one said. The engines got louder, closer. 2 vehicles and 2 bikes, maybe more, screaming down the highway from the direction we were. And then I saw it in the kidnappers' faces. Raw fear replacing cold calculation. Na them, Ebube Agu, the scarred one whispered. The leader's eyes went wide. How them know? But there was no time for answers. The vehicle headlights were visible now, maybe half a kilometer away, cutting through the darkness like hunting beams. "Leave everything. Move! Move!" the leader shouted. They didn't finish with our bags. They didn't take the car. They just ran, scrambling back to their vehicles with the panic of men who knew exactly what was coming. Their engines roared. Tires screeched. In maybe 30 seconds, they were gone. We stood in the middle of the road, surrounded by scattered belongings, too shocked to move. Uncle Chidi grabbed Auntie Chioma. "Get in the bush. Now." Everyone. We dove into the roadside brush just as the vehicles arrived. 6 men alighted from the vehicles. Young men in brown military uniforms with machetes and guns. Their vehicle headlights swept across our abandoned car, our bags, the chaos. One, the apparent leader, raised his hand. The engines cut. In the sudden silence, I heard Auntie Chioma whimpering beside me. "Now hear them day," a vigilante shouted, examining tire marks. "See where the moto day." They began searching, methodically, professionally. Not like police, like hunters. Uncle Chidi made a decision. He stepped out, hands raised. "Please, we are not bandits. They just attacked us. They just left." 6 machetes turned toward him. "We're victims." Auntie Chioma emerged, voice shaking. "We were traveling from Lagos. They robbed us. You scared them away." The vigilante leader studied them, then spat on the ground. "You people foolish. Traveling this road at night?" He shook his head in disgust. "You lucky say we day patrol. Otherwise," he didn't finish. He gestured to his men. They lowered their weapons and helped us gather scattered belongings. Another examined our car. "Moto go steal work. Them no get time to destroy am." The leader looked at Uncle Chidi. "Follow us. We go escort una to the next checkpoint." We didn't argue. We piled back into our battered Sienna, and for the next 30 minutes, we drove in front with their vehicle following behind us, protected by men we'd never met. When we reached the checkpoint, the vigilantes melted back into the night without asking for payment or thanks. Just, "Drive careful, and next time, no be every December must reach home." Then they were gone.
We arrived at our village at 4:23 a.m. on Christmas Eve. The police at the checkpoint had kept us for hours, taking statements. We were in shock, exhausted, traumatized, but alive. So we finally got home. We entered the family compound that morning, 6 of us in the same wrinkled, dusty clothes. No gifts, no Christmas rice, no wrappers, just us. When we reached the gate and entered the compound, Uncle Chidi stopped at the entrance. I watched his shoulders rise and fall with a deep breath. He looked at his wife, his children, as if seeing them for the first time. Then he pushed open the door. His mother must have heard us, because before we'd taken 3 steps, she came running out. She was wearing her wrapper and headscarf, face creased with sleep. Then she saw us. "Chidi?" She stood frozen for 1 heartbeat, 2. Then she screamed, not in fear, in joy, in relief so powerful it sounded like anguish.
"Chidi!" She ran, this woman in her 70s, and threw herself at her son with such force, they both nearly fell. "Mama," he said, voice breaking. "You're here. My son, you're here." Within seconds, the compound erupted. Aunties, uncles, cousins poured out, surrounding us, shouting, reaching for us, touching us to confirm we were real. Nobody asked about gifts. Nobody asked why we looked like we'd walked through hell. They just held us. Uncle Chidi's mother stood in the center. Hands pressed to her face, eyes closed, lips moving in rapid prayer. When she opened her eyes, she looked at her son. This is all I wanted. Just this. Just you. Later, after we'd bathed and eaten and rested, Uncle Chidi told them everything. The breakdowns, the warnings ignored, the kidnapping, the ransom demand, the vigilantes, the escape. The family listened in horrified silence. That evening, as the family gathered for Christmas Eve prayers, Uncle Chidi stood and spoke. This year, we came with nothing. Next year, if we come, we'll come with nothing again if we have to. But we'll come alive. We'll come safe. We'll come when it's right, not when pride says so. He looked at his wife. She nodded. And if that means we come in January or February or not at all, then that's what it means. Some elders shifted uncomfortably. This wasn't tradition, but his mother smiled. Amen. Amen. The following December, the calls started again. Chidi, when are you people coming? Uncle Chidi said something he'd never said before. Mama, we will come, but we're leaving January 2nd. After the roads are clear, we will spend New Year with you instead. Mama paused, then, okay, my son, just come safe. He hung up and looked at Auntie Chioma. She was smiling. People are talking, she said. Let them talk. We're alive to hear them. I tell you this story not to scare you, but to remind you. The pressure to belong is real. The pressure to prove yourself is real. The pressure to meet expectations, even when it costs everything, is real. But your life is more real than any of it. There is no gift worth dying for, no homecoming worth risking your children for, no tradition worth more than your tomorrow. We usually say, December, we must go home. But times have changed. The insecurity is real. I'm telling you today, we must go home alive. Arrive late. Arrive with nothing. Arrive in January if you have to. Just arrive breathing. Because the people who truly love you don't want your presence. They want your presence. They want you, dusty, empty-handed, broke, delayed, but alive. Uncle Chidi learned this the hard way. You don't have to. We are hopeful that things will get better in our country. Our once peaceful and safe communities will return. But before then, be wise, be patient, be safe. And if anyone pressures you, if anyone questions you, if anyone makes you feel small for choosing safety over spectacle, tell them about the family who almost became a ransom statistic. Tell them some prices are too high to pay. Then do the hard thing, the right thing, the thing that keeps you alive to see another Christmas. Because December will always come again. But you only come once.